paying the fucking price and the rewards, right? Either or we try to condition ourselves, try to train ourselves, practice ourselves to the point that we don't want to look or think about the rewards, but automatic, the way we are, we're going to, start looking into the reward phase, right? We're going to look like, yeah, I've been putting all this work, I've been doing all these things, right? What's my trophy, right? And that is going to come as often than you think. And it's going to be times that you also don't want to put in work. It's going to be times that you're not going to feel like doing the work, even though that you got to do the work, right? Or otherwise, your plan is not going to work. So you have already built and you're already on the level that you can talk to yourself, right? And you're going to push yourself because champions, they keep going when there's no fuel on the tank. When they empty, they still go, right? And that's what I have in my heart today to talk with you guys about that, because it's going to come that time that you're going to feel like I'm putting the work, I want the reward. It's going to come. Like, even though if you practice and you train and you tell yourself it's not about the rewards, it's about the mission, all that is just things that we already use to help, but it's not going to be the solution. It's like the fear, right? We can have all the things for the fear, to kind of like overcome the fear, but it's just tools. The fear always is going to be there. Always going to be there. So you always is going to come to that moment of the action, right? We have a video about that, the moment of the action. As soon as that you get to do what you got to do, it's like, you have in your mind, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But when the action come, and then it's kind of like the action want to fucking knock you down or punk you, and then either you're punked by the action or you beat the action by doing the action, right? And you knock the action down instead of the action knocking you down, right? Check this out. What I'm trying to say is this: how many people that you see that right? On the average, right? Let's say of 100 men, right? That say to themselves, right? Actually lie to themselves, because at the moment that you tell yourself something and you don't lock up your word and you cannot continue to do what you say you was going to do, you're pretty much lying to yourself then, right? And that kills your self-esteem, because nobody knows but you do, right? And what happened is that we can see this often, everywhere, like on the high percentage. Like, I say a good 80, if not 90, right? It's kind of like, out of 100 men that you see, I say a good like 85, 90 of those men are having day by day with so many things that they can do, and they not doing it, right? They lacking doing it. And it's going to be only 10, 15, 20, or maybe less, that doing all the things that they can do, right? So what is the excuse me on the little things that you can do? Now, if you cannot do the little things that is on your reach, right? Things that is possible for you to do, that you want to do, but somehow you're not managed to get them done, from all these things that we talk about, overcome, right? But you're not having a positive mind, you not feel like doing it, you're being lazy, your self-esteem is down because you're not doing the things that you need to be doing, and then you start living that life that is not really the life that you want to live, right? And then you want to pretend that you ain't did it because you didn't want to do it, but you could do it, and then it keeps going back and forth like that, and you're just playing yourself, right? But at the end of the day, you don't got the life that you want. So that's when it comes to paying the price. You got to remember that. Now you got to attach that to something else bigger than you. You got to attach that to your baby. You got to attach that to your daughter, to your son. You got to attach that to your mom. The blessing that you think about, you want to become something more valuable, more than just for yourself, to be better, not just for you, but for the entire world, right? For the entire universe. So all that blessing that you want to be, like the light that you want to be, right? It's not going to be manifest if you thinking about the reward too soon, or you want to get the reward when it's not time yet, or you know, you start giving the power to the reward instead of like trusting the mission, trusting the process. You gotta fall in love with the process, right? And then that is gonna come, and you gotta go, even though you're tired, even though you don't got no more fuel in the tank, even though you gotta, you know, drag yourself, even though you gotta push, even though you don't want to push. But then, God would come and refuel you, restore you, right? And give you more power. It's like working out. It's like when you break that muscle, you know, to the point you don't even want to show up at the gym because you did all you could do, right? You max it out. You come into 100, and then you go home. You get the right nutrition, and then you sleep, and then the next day you wake up, and you're more strong. You have more endurance, and you're more powerful than you was yesterday. And you live Kaizen in a successful lifestyle. Today better than yesterday. Tomorrow better than today. We keep growing and learning and taking to another level, being a blessing, being who we want to be. It's like going to sleep, you know. You go on that road and you continue to do what you got to do, and then as you go and you sit in the bed and it's like you're on the road, you pretend that you're sleeping and then you fall asleep. The same thing is with becoming up more successful than you are today. You know, you go on that road and you pretend you're on the road, right? And then you continue to do those things, and then when you see you're already successful living that life, right? It's not like pretend is not a good example because, you know, it's a very hard work compared to pretend and sleeping, but it's kind of like an example, right? You guys get the point. You know, you go on that road knowing that you're going to become that blessing, knowing that you're going to, you know, you have your high expectations, you know, and just towards that moment for the reward, right? But you should have your high expectations on executing and knowing that, you know, the blessings is going to come, right? Because just like everybody else did it, you could do it. Let's go.